watching this video right now, you're probably in search of something to spice up your math class.
So we're here to tell you about a hidden little secret that you can find on the web called Mr. Narain's Golden Ratio website, an ELR that'll provide you with lesson plans, materials, activities, and tests for you to use in your classroom.
Hope you enjoy this tutorial.
Welcome to Mr. Narain's Golden Ratio page. This ELR gives students a basic introduction to one of the most fascinating discoveries in mathematics, the Golden Ratio. The home page takes students through a brief introduction of what the Golden Ratio is and background into how it was discovered. Following the introduction, students will have access to 8 different hands-on activities that will show them just how often the Golden Ratio is apparent in our everyday lives. Throughout the ELR, this navigation bar is found on the left-hand side of every page for easy navigation. In addition, there are also links at the bottom of each page that will guide students through the ELR in the order it was intended to be navigated.
Now we are ready to start the activities. Each activity builds on the previous, so it is recommended that the 8 activities are done in the order presented. Let's take a look at the first one. Here, the goal is to show students how the Golden Ratio arises in everyday objects. The first part deals with aesthetically pleasing rectangles and has students choose the rectangle that is most pleasing to the eye. The drop-down menus show the ratio of the sides of each of the given rectangles. Next, students will measure certain everyday rectangular objects around the classroom and will probably be surprised to see just how often the Golden Ratio can be found in our everyday lives. Now we're ready to move to the next activity. Just click the link at the bottom that says Activity 2.
In Activity 2, students will get the opportunity to see how the Golden Ratio is found in architecture. This particular activity requires some extra work by you, the teacher. The activity will walk students through how to copy and save images from the web page to be used for this particular part of the activity. But to save valuable class time, we recommend printing these images for your students prior to the start of the activity. Once the students have the images in front of them, they just need to follow these instructions and they will be well on their way to completing Activity 2.
As teachers, we'd like to know how well our students are learning during their lessons. This ELR comes with a built-in quiz. Click the assessment link to take you there. The first page provides instructions for taking and printing the quiz. Click the link in the text to go to the actual quiz. Here, students take the quiz online and then print out their results. Teachers may opt to have the quizzes printed out beforehand to save time. Doing the activities thoroughly in this ELR should enable the student's success on the quiz and also give the teacher adequate feedback as to their understanding of the material. As some students will finish this ELR earlier than others, you will probably want something for them to work on. The links page provides several web links to more in-depth information about the Golden Ratio. Students can be directed to go here so they can expand on their newly developed foundational knowledge in a variety of ways.
While this subject can be exciting to teach, it can also make some teachers feel nervous if they do not know where to begin. Luckily, this website comes with a link specifically for teachers. If you click on the link labeled Teachers, you will discover a wide variety of materials that will help you be successful in teaching this unit. This link has everything a teacher would need to teach this unit successfully. It tells you what prerequisites your students should know prior to this unit, what the key objectives and goals are, materials you will need, and so forth. So what are you waiting for? Check out Mr. Narain's Golden Ratio ELR. Alright Chris, so we just had a chance to really go through and check out the ELR on Mr. Narain's Golden Ratio. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Well, I thought there's some pros and cons,
Okay.
good things and not so good things. First, it's really interactive. Students do some activities on their own, kind of self-paced, and hopefully get a lot out of the lessons. How about you?
Yeah, I really like that too. I like the fact that it takes students, it allows them to use the technology to gain the information and kind of have that guidance. But what I really like, Chris, is that it takes them away from the computers and allows them to actually use their hands to discover the Golden Ratio on their own.
Me too. That was great. Yeah.
Very key.
One of the downsides is that it's not very technologically advanced, and students may become bored, I don't know. But more so is it requires a little bit of extra work by the teacher.
That's right, Chris. Some of the activities are very creative and very get students really curious about what they're learning. But the downside is that there is a lot of printing that needs to be done and a lot of computer work. So a teacher might have to be a little bit more on the ball and be a little more prepared going into it. Might want to rethink having everything printed out prior to the activity versus having all the students individually print. We know how kids are with printers sometimes.
All in all, though, I would say it's a positive for me. I'd give it a thumbs up.
Chris, I'm going to have to agree with you. I thought it was a really well thought out activity, or in general an ELR, and it got students thinking at a higher level, which is really important in the math world. Yet it also applied what they were learning to real life applications. So I'm going to go with you.